You don't want me, so I'm leaving. Is that the motive behind the resignation of 5 politicians? Suspended public protector testifies.
6.5 years now being the public protector. I never had peace, being used as a sacrificial lamb.
And the number of dead is staggering. The trail of destruction immense. And yet Cyclone Freddy is showing no signs of blowing out. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. This is Eyewitness News. Following deadly strikes, crippling load shedding and a shuddering economy, is a nationwide shutdown really the best action to take?
We cannot fold our arms when the country is on the brink of collapse. The future generation is going to ask us as to what have you done when the country was faced with so many challenges. And the only thing we can do is to raise our voices.
EFF leader Julius Malema has outlined plans for his party's national shutdown on Monday. It's in response to their calls for the president to resign over what the EFF says is his failure to deal with high unemployment, crime and load shedding. Malema says his party has met with airports, retail shops, law enforcement and others to give them notice of the protest.
And therefore it's only courtesy that you go to them and say, we know you use this facility on a daily basis, but please be aware that this facility will be occupied by a protest on the 20th of March. We did the same thing with the malls and the shops and business precisely because we want to avoid looting. We don't want looting on the 20th of March.
Several former cabinet ministers have resigned as members of parliament. In the recent cabinet reshuffle, Maite Nkoana Mashabane, Fikile Mbalula and Nathi Mthethwa were all removed from their jobs. Mbalula moves into the ANC Secretary General post. Former Deputy Water and Sanitation Minister Dikeledi Magatsi has also given up her seat. And after just shy of 30 years as a member of the House, former Tourism Minister Lindiwe Sisulu has also resigned.
You know, sometimes somebody has to do this, or being used as a sacrificial lamb, or as, so that this process can be tested.
Feeling like a sacrificial lamb, fighting the perception that she's trying to delay proceedings by taking matters to court, and not finding peace in the 6 years since taking the job. This is some of the testimony from suspended public protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane as she testified before Parliament's 194 inquiry looking into her fitness to hold office.
You know, it's 6.5 years now being the public protector. And I would indicate that I never had peace since I started to work as the public protector.
Collapsed roads, mudslides, the threat of waterborne disease, and the number of dead just keeps climbing. More than 200 people have now died since the record-breaking storm Cyclone Freddy made landfall at the weekend. The storm triggered floods and landslides in its second strike in 2 weeks. Rescue workers are desperately hunting neighborhoods for survivors, but hopes of finding any are dwindling. In Malawi alone, more than 19,000 people have been displaced.
How can this be correct?
A year after these shocking pictures were taken, and the Rahima Musa Hospital in Johannesburg is still unacceptably dirty. But for some, the experience there has been a good one.
My firstborn is 6 years old, and then my second is 8 months. And both experiences wasn't that bad.
And have you seen moms on the floor? Have you seen pregnant women being forced to be on the floor because there's no beds?
No, I haven't seen any of it.
And what is your perception of the service at this particular hospital from the staff?
I would say that it's not that bad, man. Like out of 100, I'll give them like 90% service is alright. It's just a few nurses that has attitude and don't really bother with you when you're in pain.
And the facility itself, I mean, everyone keeps saying it's an old facility, and
It is. The bathrooms are actually dirty. That I had a problem with. The bathrooms are dirty. That's like the only problem I had here. The bathrooms are like a mess.
The report by the Health Ombudsman found the hospital to be dirty, unsafe, and has also recommended that the CEO, Dr. Nozuko Mkabai, be removed. Action SA leader Herman Mashaba is unapologetic about subjecting his councillors to polygraph tests. The party undertook the process after suspicions that 4 members voted with the ANC and EFF during the election of former Tshwane Mayor Murunwa Makwarela.
We believe as Action SA with our councillors. That's why we ran a lie detector test, and we don't really apologize to anyone about it. As much as we don't know who.
4 of your members failed it, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 of them failed.
Where are they now? Within council, did they vote?
Yeah, they voted. From what I was told, they were suspected 2 did not vote with us.
You can find this week's full episode of Tsidi Madia's Politricking on our website. So he was ridiculed, teased and threatened by gangs. Today, he's flying the flag for South African rugby on the international stage. 22-year-old partially deaf Tashrik Parker has escaped the clutches of gangsterism, all to realize his dreams. Parker will represent South Africa at the 2023 World Deaf Sevens tournament in Argentina next month. It's also his first overseas trip.
It's things like the kids even just having a suitcase to go overseas. If I'm not mistaken, 9 out of our 12 players have never been on an aeroplane. We unfortunately will be going to this tournament without coming back with a blazer. We just do not have money to come back with a South African blazer, which is obviously a massive achievement for anyone competing overseas.
We have had a policy conference before this. The main business of Congress will be to process constitutional amendments, to debate and adopt various resolutions, and of course our leadership elections.
See you for more tomorrow at the same time on Eyewitness News. I'm Jane Dutton. Like and subscribe.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.